and that means also to establish fair tax rules for the whole world. At the moment, tax regimes are decided upon by the OECD. The OECD does not have one sub-Saharan African country within its membership. So a club of rich countries makes the rules for everyone, and there is a very timely and important initiative by the African bloc within the United Nations to put forward a UN tax convention that shifts the decision-making power on global tax rules from the OECD, where Africa has no say, to the United Nations, where there is at least a bit of diversity of countries. Because if we don't do this, if we don't end child labor in Africa and other places, Agenda 2030, that is so much praised, is imminent to fail. As long as African children work in mines, in fields, in shops, they take away also jobs for adults that would pay and therefore prolong and intensify intergenerational cycles of poverty. So I want to quote the person who wrote this report for the 100 Million Foundation, Owen James. He says, Africa is the mirror of the world. The realization of the rights of a girl in sub-Saharan African country who is exploited and abused and denied her right to dream will be the true assessment of our efforts and promise to leave no one behind. That we are here, that we are where we are, when it comes to the state of play of child labor and poverty is even more grotesque if we take into account that the world got richer, 13 trillion richer. The GDP per capita in 2021 is the highest on record. However, in Africa, GDP was higher in 2011 than it is in 2021. So there is irrefutable evidence how Africa has been discriminated against, and that is resulting ultimately in the situation that we are seeing when it comes to child labor. And we will be measured by that in history, how we are dealing with this in the next 10 to 20 years.